Hello and thanks for tuning in. This week's video is actually going to be very quick, but I just wanted to share with you a little situation what happened to me recently while I was on vacation at Bargara in Queensland, Australia. Had my Nikon D850 with me at the time, and this is what happened. My wife and I were out walking along the ocean front, checking out potential locations for sunrise shots in the few days we had booked there. Like I said, I was carrying my Nikon D850 in my hands at the time, and my wife was carrying the Sony ZV-1. We were enjoying a casual stroll when the weather abruptly changed on us and we were getting closed in by this huge rainstorm approaching from across the ocean. It really was spectacular to witness. Unfortunately, I had no microphone on me, so I couldn't really talk to the camera and tell you what was happening. Frustrating thing was I was too far away from my Acom to grab my camera bag with all my gear and make it back into position in time. So I ended up going for a Panorama handheld consisting of 5 shots in landscape orientation. Adding the few people at the end of that rock wall in the pano, I think really gives the whole dramatic scene a sense of scale. Just look at how big they are in comparison to that storm front. This is one of the very rare times I've actually used the VR switch on the Nikon 16-35 f4 lens I had on the D850. Yeah, pretty sure I'm not the first photographer in history not to have all his gear with him when confronted with a stunning scene. The famous photographer Chase Jarvis once said, "The best camera is the one that's with you at the time." Funny thing is, this Jarvis quote actually came true a couple of times during this vacation, and you'll see what happened to me in a future video when I got probably some of the best Osprey bird photos I've ever taken. Now, the Nikon D850 is certainly no slouch to have in your hands, but I really wished I had my tripod, filters and pano gear with me to do a slightly better job on this one, especially capturing some of the lightning strikes I saw that occurred while the front was moving in. I've always said photography is a continual learning experience, and I've learned a few things from this situation. 1, when you're going out in a new location you're unfamiliar with, make sure you take your gear for that just in case scenario. 2, cast your eye over the weather report or weather radar on your phone before leaving your Acom or car to see if there's anything approaching that could be worth photographing. 3, and lastly, sometimes you just can't win them all when it comes to photography. Now I'd like to hand it over to you. I'd really love to hear your stories about that one that got away in terms of photography. You might have been stuck in traffic while the sky was lighting up during a sunset, or you got to your location and realised you didn't have a battery or memory card in your camera. Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, a very quick video this week, and it just goes to show you can actually do landscape photography or seascape photography without much gear in support, and you can actually do it at any time during the day. It doesn't just have to be sunrises and sunsets. Well, thank you so much for watching. Never stop creating, and I'll see you next time.